This is your weekly IUP TV News Bulletin, broadcast from Davis Hall. I'm Sequoia Van Camp.
And I'm Jackie Gillis. Today we bring you stories that are relevant to IUP and the Indiana community.
IUP President Michael Driscoll has been meeting with a small group of students who threatened to go public and reveal IUP's secrets. The groups demand that President Driscoll not allow what they call hate groups to speak or receive any kind of support from IUP. President Driscoll said in an email to all students that there is no place for hate at IUP and that, as a public university, IUP must honor the right to free speech enshrined in the U.S. Constitution.
Executives from Amazon were in Pittsburgh last week for what the mayor's office described as a real estate visit. Though they were only in town for about 24 hours, they made the most of their time by driving around and looking at potential locations for new buildings. Pittsburgh is among the 20 cities looking to attract the tech company's second headquarters.
Early in the morning last Saturday, NASA launched its InSight spacecraft on its way to Mars. InSight will attempt to study the interior of the planet, gathering information about the size of its liquid core, the thickness of its crust, and the properties of its mantle. If it's lucky, NASA could even learn more about the potential existence of underground aquifers, which could sustain life.
Hawaii residents were warned to leave the area as quickly as possible as an eruption from a volcano spread. Many residents were forced to evacuate the area as the volcano spewed dangerous amounts of sulfur dioxide into the air. Sulfur dioxide is a gas that can cause breathing problems as well as other health problems, as small particles penetrate into sensitive parts of the lungs. Geologists were comparing the volcano activity to an event that took place in 1995, where an eruption lasted for 88 days and destroyed 26 homes and forced 1,700 people from their homes.
The Communications, Media, and Instructional Technology PhD program gave my life direction. This program was perfect for me with a combination of research and media production. Hands-on courses gave me skills that I now pass on to my students. I use all three areas of the program, production, theory, and research, every day in my job as a college professor.
Learn how the CMIT PhD program can change your life. Visit iup.edu/CMIT.
Playing video games is a common hobby for college students. Our reporter Michael Urbans met video game club members to find out more about how students play and learn.
Meet Tyler Germer. He is a communications media student. Growing up playing video games like Kingdom Hearts or Call of Duty, he is now able to create his own video games thanks to our 2D game design class.
Well, at the very beginning, the whole process for me is that I really fell in love with playing Call of Duty and the zombies maps, and besides that, playing Catherine and other games as well. I always want to learn how to basically make the whole game and what the process behind it was. And it really intrigued me to see all these different artists come and different programmers. And it really inspired me to do what I really want to do as a living for a career.
Tyler is not alone in his love for video games and video game making. Recently, gaming has become a multi-million-dollar industry, similar to movies and television. To help bring these people together, IUP created a club known simply as Games Club 9 years ago.
It's interesting actually because when I was a kid, I never had any games growing up. It's not until first or second grade when I had friends move in who had Game Boys and stuff that I really started playing them. And as most kids, I really liked them. And after that, I started buying my own games and stuff. But Video Games Club, I joined it originally just as a way to try and meet other people in college when I first came here, as kind of a social thing. And I've loved it ever since.
Since it is a newer industry, IUP only has a few classes based off video games. One of these classes are taught by Mr. Rami Shaban.
Actually, video games is a large field, and you get to know every single element first before choosing the specific part that you like. So, for example, a team that creates video games or develop video games consisted of artists, sketchers, video game designers, developers, script or code writers, storytellers, and creative writers. So that's a multidisciplinary team work. So if you want to create a good video game, you have to be a part of this team. So you have to get to know these elements first, and then choose the best part that fits you. So, okay, so for example, here at IUP, we teach game design, history and theory of making games. That course that enables you to learn how the video games are designed and the pre-production part of video games. And then in the spring, you get to know how to develop actually games, starting from creating the assets, the player and the enemies and the elements of the game, and then adding scripts to give this game interactivity, and then creating the UI elements, the user interface elements, from the main menu, the health HUD, the scores, and the game over scenes, and all of this stuff. So it's a large field, it's multidisciplinary. Some people choose to be designers, so they learn how to design the elements of the video game, and some people choose to be script writers and coders and developers, which require them to know the development software and the scripting languages like C# or JavaScript or any other language. So, yeah.
While colleges are still working on connecting with these gamers, it is still game on nonetheless. Michael Urbans, reporting for IUP TV News.
This is finals week. As students prepare for their exams, some are taking the time to motivate others to do their best. Kiana Polchin visited one of these events. Here's the story.
With many students struggling to remain calm and relaxed during finals week, IUP Student Activity Committee, STATIC, offers an opportunity for students to come and relax before heading into finals week.
So the goal of this event is to give the students a nice day to just come out, eat some cereal, get some massages, just prepare themselves for the grueling week ahead of finals. STATIC brings these kind of events to campus because we are here to make the students enjoy their experience here at IUP. That's our main goal. We'd like to bring these acts, these small events, all kinds of different things so that IUP students can have a good experience.
Thursday, May 3rd, STATIC held an annual final study break event for IUP students in the Hub Ohio room, with the hope of providing a relaxed environment for students to enjoy and mentally prepare themselves.
So these activities can help the students in many ways for the finals. We have like bubble wrap for them to pop. We have massages if they're feeling stressed out and stuff like that. Basically, it helps them clear up their anxiety and stuff like that. We're giving them free coffee to take home later if they're having trouble sleeping and they need to stay awake for their finals. We have fruit bars. We have different teas and drinks. We have video games. Basically, just helping them clear up their anxiety and their stress for finals, and help clear their minds and help them study more.
This is the second event that STATIC has held to help students prepare for their exams. Both events provided a chill environment where students can create spot kits, play video and board games, get massages and their nails done, eat food, and just unwind. Along with making crafts and playing fun board games, students even had the chance to create their own stress balls to relieve any anxiety they may have over the stressful week.
The final study break basically helps us get our mind off of the upcoming week of finals, just something to do that's fun, because next week we're going to be studying in our room, tired, stressed, so just something fun to do on campus.
And it helps us ease our minds off of loads of studying and stuff, and relax with friends, laugh, kick it.
It's a fun event.
STATIC hosts events like this one so students can have the opportunity to go into finals week stress-free and determined to succeed. I'm Kiana Polchin, and this is IUP TV News.
Finals week is a stressful time for students. Jackie Gillis went to Four Footed Friends to check it out.
Which is a place where students like to adopt pets, so when they're home alone, they're not bored.
One cat we have here is Phoebe, and Phoebe was a stray. And I don't remember exactly how she came to us. Somebody found her and brought her to us, I believe. And she's just ignoring us right now. She doesn't want to say hello. Smile, Phoebes. There you go. Yeah, unfortunately, that's one of the reasons that our policy is that we do not adopt to students, because we have had so many adoptions take place for both cats and dogs. At the end of the semester, either the student is bringing the animal back to us because the semester's over, I'm going home, I can't take it home with me, or the students just abandon the animal and it ends up finding its way back to us. Sometimes it's the landlord that says, hey, somebody moved out and left this dog behind, and we find out that it was a dog that came from us. So I know it's very difficult for the students that are responsible and would like to adopt from us, and that gives them a very bad perception of us. But it is because of the history that we have that as our policy.
This is Courtney, a senior at IUP, and her horse Squishy. She works here during the weekdays to clean the stables and make sure her horse stays healthy.
I've had my horse for 6 years now. I couldn't imagine going anywhere without her, and also she's not just my companion, she's my sport, so we compete all year round, especially in the summer, so it's important that she's up here with me in school to practice.
Reporting for IUP TV News, I'm Jackie Gillis.
With my IUP life. See it for yourself. Visit us. Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Find your success.
Saying goodbye to a loved one is a very difficult thing. The Healing Garden at IUP provides a space to remember those who have passed on through blooming tulips and memorable journals. Brandon Uhalik has the story.
As the flowers are blooming and the tulips are blossoming, some people might be reminded of a symbol of hope and healing, especially to those suffering with the loss of a loved one. The Healing Garden is located in the Wallwork Courtyard. Each fall, students, faculty, and members of the community are welcome to plant a flower in remembrance of a loved one. Since 2014, the Council on Spiritual and Religious Life and Student Affairs Division has given a platform for the IUP and Indiana community to remember a loved one. A journal is also present, where attendees are encouraged to sign it and leave behind a message about the loved one they are remembering. At least 15 people came to the annual memorial event at the Garden on Monday, May the 7th, with the purpose of remembering those who have passed along, which includes students and other members of the IUP community. Michael Kroll is the president of the Council on Spiritual and Religious Life here at IUP.
The main purpose of the event is to celebrate life. I think if you look at the CSRL, the Council for Spiritual and Religious Life, the Center for Health and Wellbeing, they'd look at any student, any faculty, and say, there's inherent value to life, and we want to be able to celebrate students, faculty, staff that have passed away in the past year.
For some people, the garden has more of a personal impact on them. Ashley Tomasco, who is a student here at IUP, describes what the Healing Garden means for her personally.
To me, this garden means it's a way for us to remember those that we've lost and reflect on their lives and the memories we've shared with them.
The Healing Garden is always available for students to visit, plant, and write in a notebook.
Look at this journal we've had. The garden was first officially commemorated in 2014, but we have dates prior to 2013, 2012 where students have opportunity to say, in loving memory of my grandfather, my best friend. It's an opportunity to reflect, an opportunity to kind of reconnect, because so many times we lose sense of what's going on in life, and then there's an opportunity to look within and to begin that process of healing, to commemorate life.
Even before the garden was established, the journal was still available for students to write notes in. Along with flowers, the journal can be a sign of hope and healing. I'm Brandon Uhalik for IUP TV News.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing.
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Coming up, Kane Reinhardt will bring you sports and health stories. Stay tuned.
It's hard to explain. It just became home. There are hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes and faculty that really get to know you. Amazing internships and everywhere, programs that help to find a job that is right for you. It's what IUP is about, a commitment to your success. See it for yourself. Visit us, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Find your success.
With warm days on the way, we are all reminded of the importance of protecting our skin in order to avoid melanoma, the second most common cancer in women between the ages of 15 and 29. The most important way to protect yourself is to apply the appropriate amount of sunscreen. About 1 ounce should cover the whole body, and about the size of a nickel is enough for your face. And don't just apply sunscreen when you're going to the beach. Try to apply it on your face and your lips as well, about 15 to 20 minutes before going outdoors.
All your professors, all of them, they know that all it takes is one dreamer with passion, one person, and they hope in each of you that you might be that one who makes a longer-lasting light bulb, who writes music for the ages, who reaches into the mind and discovers a new star and who can change the world of a fifth grader. We're gathered here to hope in you.
Nigeria's authorities have shut down 3 leading drug companies after a BBC investigation into addiction to cough syrup containing codeine. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, the NAFDAC, said it shut down for the firm for failing to fully cooperate with its inspectors. The investigation showed that the syrup was being sold on the black market and was being used by young Nigerians to get high.
You! Oh! Your fault. You! My fault? Your fault. Your fault.
You're right.
What?
It's my fault.
What do you mean your fault?
You're right, it's my fault. Maybe both of us?
Maybe just you.
Excitement is building for the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia, with all 32 teams now confirmed for the next edition of the big soccer event. The World Cup involves more than 200 countries who have competed in order to qualify for the event. As a host country, Russia is automatically qualified to compete. However, they can still receive sanctions for misconduct. Recently, FIFA, the international organization that is responsible for the organization of this event, fined the Russian Soccer Federation 30,000 Swiss francs, or about $2,900 US, because fans radically abused black France players during a game in St. Petersburg. This event will be held from June 14th to June 15th. The United States men's national team will not join the World Cup after losing a game against Trinidad and Tobago. It's the first time since 1986 that this team will miss out on the tournament.
As we wrap up the spring semester, our news team looks back to what we have accomplished all together. Courtney Deems has her story.
IUP TV News has successfully ended another season of producing almost 100 packages.
This is your weekly IUP TV News Bulletin, broadcast from Davis Hall. I'm Sequoia Van Camp.
And I'm Jackie Gillis.
What you saw on the screen is our hosts and news packages, but what you didn't see was the behind-the-scenes effort of many students working hard to make all this happen. We export our best, but during the process, there are many laughs and mistakes. The production staff range from sophomores to seniors with many different skill sets. This diverse classroom really grew throughout the year, and our broadcast got better and better thanks to Dr. Mukhtar.
As future jobs. Under the name Suit Up, the center, along with IUP, offers special events and discounts for IUP students.
I'm in Douglas High and shot 17 people in the worst school shooting in Florida history.
Not only did we get to sharpen our production and writing skills, IUP TV News went beyond the classroom. Throughout the semester, students had to produce packages on a wide range of people and events. This led to students getting to meet a variety of people, learning about other cultures and clubs, and challenging us to chase after creative content.
Association films playing in the afternoon, and then we have like some national shorts that people submitted that are playing later.
The students of IUP TV News would like to thank you for watching us all year.
Please stay tuned. We'll see you next week.
Please stay tuned. We'll see you next week.
Please stay tuned. We'll see you next week.
A few exciting events will be held next week. The Indiana High School Jazz Lab and Jazz Ensemble will present Take 5, an evening of jazz from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. May 17th at the Indiana Country Club. This happy hour event will feature vocal and instrumental performances by students from Indiana area jazz ensembles. Proceeds support their upcoming performance at the National Association for Music Education Conference in Pittsburgh.
For the 5th consecutive year, the Delaney Chevrolet West Sylvania Jazz and Blues Festival will be held in Indiana, PA. The event will be held on May 25th. Some of the artists who will be performing include the Common Heart, Darvin Meter, Tubby Daniels, and Sean Maxwell.
Kennywood opened its gates for the season last Saturday, marking the beginning of sunny days with family and friends.
This is the last week for us to present you news and information from IUP and Indiana area. On behalf of our team, we thank you for your support.